Hello and welcome back to another FIFA 23 team guide, where I'll be running through the Arsenal squad, letting you know the basics about the Gunners, suggesting some realistic improvements, and helping you enjoy your FIFA 23 career mode save. We're going to start off by looking at their formation and tactics before going through every player in their squad. At the end of the video, I'll give you a challenge for the save and recommend some realistic improvements. I already know Arsenal are going to be one of the most popular teams to do a career mode save with. A big part of this is probably the documentary that was on Amazon Prime, but Arsenal are in the middle of a youth-focused rebuild, with key attackers like Martinelli, Smith-Rowe, Odegaard and Saka all under 22 years old. There are no players in the entire squad who are over 30 years old. You want to keep this going by buying young talents, investing heavily in a youth academy, and developing them in Season 1. But let's have a quick look through the squad, and I'll give you the rundown from goalkeeper all the way to striker. Well, in goal, Ramsdale is the obvious option. He's got a lot of potential, as you would expect. He starts off at 82 overall, which is good, but not quite elite for a goalkeeper in the Premier League. I would recommend you just develop him here. I don't think you should really sign in a goalkeeper unless you can find someone very cheap who's probably about to retire. I don't think the investment in someone like a Keylor Navas is going to get you enough points to be worth it, so I would definitely recommend you keep with Ramsdale in goal. In front of him, Arsenal play a 4 at the back, so you're going to have two centre-backs who's probably going to be Gabriel and Saliba, who both have quite a lot of pace and are both quite decent and also both quite high potential, which is going to be a theme you see throughout this entire video. With the 81 rated Gabriel and the 80 rated Saliba, you'll also have 79 rated Ben White, again another player with a ton of potential. Tomiyasu can also play at centre-back, but you're probably going to want to be playing him as your right-back, because I don't think Cedric is quite good enough for a Premier League campaign. On the left, recent signing Zinchenko is a really good option, but you've also got Kieran Tierney, another player who can play at centre-back. It's up to you which one you play here. I would personally recommend going for Zinchenko because I think he is a little bit better going forwards, but Kieran Tierney is another really good FIFA defender, so you're pretty well stacked in defence, and I don't really recommend you sign anyone. If you do want to strengthen your defence, probably look at a right back, because Tomiyasu isn't 100% the best going forwards, so it might be worth getting someone who's a bit more attacking on that side, but I think Arsenal is absolutely covered in defence. In front of your four defenders, you'll have two defensive midfielders. So Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey are two of the oldest players in the entire squad. Xhaka's been at Arsenal for quite a while now, as has Thomas Partey, and in the backup you have Sambi Lokonga, who's a player I've not really been convinced by in real life, and Mohamed El Neni. If you fancy getting a faster, more nippy defensive midfielder, you could always retrain Maitland-Niles to be a defensive midfielder like he used to be. However, he doesn't like the role in real life, so I will be suggesting some different options for you to buy as central defensive midfielders at the end of this video. So stick around to the end if you want to hear about those. In your attacking midfield 3, you've got a ton of young choices here. You've got Saka on the right, probably Reiss Nelson will be your backup on that side. On the left, you've got Martinelli and Smith-Rowe, who again are two very good options on the wings, so I don't recommend you go out and spend big on a good winger. Martinelli, Smith-Rowe, Saka and Nelson all have a ton of potential on FIFA. You can expect all of them to get into at least the mid-80s, with Smith-Rowe probably having closer to 90 potential, as will Martinelli. I rate all of them. They're all very good on FIFA because they've all got a good mix of pace, agility and dribbling, which is exactly what you need in your attacking midfielders on FIFA. Also, you do have quite a lot of defensive work rate here, with Saka being able to play as a wingback, Martinelli having good work rates, as does Smith-Rowe. I do recommend you probably start training Smith-Rowe to be an attacking midfielder, because that will be a better place for him in the future, because he doesn't have a huge amount of pace. One area of the Arsenal squad that does have a huge amount of pace is the strike force. So you're going to be starting Gabriel Jesus up front no matter what. He's by far the best striker that Arsenal have, with Eddie Nketiah being the second best in the Arsenal squad. I think that both of them are very good options on FIFA. Nketiah does have a lot of pace. I do remember using him on career mode a few years ago. I thought he had a good body type as well, being fairly tall while being fairly lean. Having a lot of pace makes him very effective on FIFA. However, Gabriel Jesus is just another level. This guy is really good at finishing. Of course, I'm sure you've seen his exploits in real life, and despite seeming like he's been around for ages, he is only 25 years old, so he definitely mixes with that theme that Arsenal have of having very young players. I don't recommend you go out and sign a striker, but if you do want to strengthen, there's definitely room for a backup or a different kind of player up front for Arsenal. So that was a quick rundown of the first starting 11 you'll be picking before you sign any players. They look very strong in both attack and defence, and some of their new signings including Jesus, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira and Saliba returning from his loan mean Arsenal only really did need to strengthen with a young defensive midfielder. Partey and Xhaka are both acceptable quality, but they are both 29 or 30 years old now, meaning they're two of the oldest players in the squad. While Arsenal won't have huge amount of money to strengthen with the first season compared to the likes of Man United, Chelsea or Manchester City, you will have enough money to go out and instantly sign a starting midfielder. Someone like Ruben Neves and Youri Tielemans will be rated a lot less valuable as they are in real life, so why don't you go out and try and sign one of these? They would be very good as a deep lying playmaker, but both are good at getting stuck in as well. If you're interested in a younger option, maybe Ibrahim Sangaré at PSV would be a really good option. He would need a bit of development and as much game time as you can give him, but he could easily become the second coming of Patrick Viera in your midfield. The existing squad with one of these additions should have the quality for a top 4 finish in your first season, something they narrowly missed out on last year. The biggest downfall last year came from their lack of depth and quality, two things that they have fixed in real life and you will be further fixing on FIFA with some of your first season transfer spending. If you want a challenge for your career mode, the real challenge with Arsenal is trying to compete with the two best London clubs on FIFA, who are Chelsea and Spurs. They're both going to be competing with you for the last 2 Champions League spots, so one of you is almost certain to miss out every single season. It'll take you a bit more effort to try and overtake Liverpool and Man City, but should you be in a situation to do this, it's really important that you're going to have developed all of your good young players to the high ratings they potentially could reach. You'll be in a situation to do so probably in Season 3, but by Season 5 you should have a squad where nearly every player is 90 rated, which is absolutely insane for FIFA. If you're an Arsenal fan or if you've played a bunch of Arsenal career modes in the past, I would love to hear your thoughts on what I've said in today's video. By no means am I an Arsenal fan. I've watched a couple of their games this season on TV, but I've never been to the Arsenal Stadium. I definitely don't support Arsenal. I support Nottingham Forest, so my suggestions are probably wildly wrong. But if you're an Arsenal fan, that's your perfect chance for you to try and correct me in the comments below. Everyone loves to read them. I like to improve my knowledge on clubs by reading them, so no matter what you think I got wrong, please do let me know. I think the Arsenal squad is perfect for a career mode. They've got a really good balance of young and old players, they've got a ton of potential, they've got a good money, they've got a big stadium. It's almost ideal for everything you'd want for a perfect FIFA career mode. Thank you all for watching, I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more team guides, suggest teams you want to see team guides on in the future, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll say thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon for the video. Cheers and goodbye.